Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 12 in our Women of the Bible series. Today, we're talking about Priscilla, a woman who helped shape the early church with her wisdom, courage, and commitment to teaching the truth. Priscilla's story is about partnership, hospitality, discipleship, and bold faith. Priscilla appears in the New Testament alongside her husband Aquila. They were Jewish Christians and tent makers by trade. We first meet them in Acts 18. They had been forced to leave Rome when Emperor Claudius expelled the Jews. They settled in Corinth where they met Paul. Paul joined them in tent making. They became close partners in ministry. Acts 18:3 says, Paul stayed and worked with them, for they were tent makers by trade. Their home became a base for sharing the gospel. When Paul left Corinth, Priscilla and Aquila went with him to Ephesus. They helped establish the church there. Paul left them to lead and teach. And Acts 18-19. Priscilla wasn't just a supportive wife. She was an equal partner in mission. Their home became a meeting place for believers. 1 Corinthians 16:19 says, Aquila and Priscilla greet you warmly in the Lord, and so does the church that meets at their house. They practiced radical hospitality, welcoming others to worship, learn, and grow. One of Priscilla's most famous moments is in Acts 18:24-26. In Ephesus, they met Apollos, a gifted, eloquent teacher who taught about Jesus accurately, but only knew John's baptism. Priscilla and Aquila invited him to their home and explained the way of God more adequately. They didn't shame him publicly. They discipled him privately with grace and truth. Apollos went on to be a powerful preacher and defender of the faith. Priscilla's teaching multiplied through him. Priscilla is mentioned 6 times in the New Testament, and in 4 of those, her name comes before Aquila's. Acts 18:18, Romans 16:3, 2 Timothy 4:19. This suggests her prominence and leadership. Paul honored her as a co-worker and friend. Romans 16:3-4 says, Greet Priscilla and Aquila, my co-workers in Christ Jesus. They risked their lives for me. Priscilla and Aquila's sacrifice, teaching, and hospitality were essential to the early church. So, what can we learn from Priscilla? 1. God uses women as teachers. Priscilla helped disciple a gifted preacher. Women have vital roles in sharing God's truth. 2. Ministry is a partnership. She and Aquila served together. Healthy ministry often flourishes through teamwork. 3. Practice hospitality. Their home was open to believers. Hospitality can be a powerful ministry. 4. Teach with grace and truth. They corrected Apollos privately and kindly. Discipleship should be respectful and loving. 5. Risk for the gospel. They risked their lives for Paul. True disciples are willing to sacrifice. Priscilla's story is for anyone who wants to serve God faithfully. It shows us that teaching, hospitality, partnership, and courage all matter in building God's kingdom. If this episode encouraged you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the Women of the Bible series. Comment below. What part of Priscilla's story speaks to you most? How does it challenge or inspire you? Thanks for watching. Stay faithful. God bless you. See you next time as we keep exploring Women of the Bible.